Good morning. I am the Registrar Clerk for this matter. Justice Kampepe, all counsel are online. I call the matter of Moko and Acting Principal of Malusi Secondary School, Moko and others for judgment. Counsel are now invited to place themselves on record. Please note that this judgment is being recorded.
As the court pleases, good morning, Justice Kampepe. My name is Sadrak Devila and I appear on behalf of the applicant.
Thank you very much.
As the court pleases, good morning, Justice Kampepe. My name is Nati Gaisa. I appear for the second, third, and fourth respondents.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaisa.
Thank you, Judge.
Today, the Constitutional Court hands down judgment in an urgent application for direct access to this court. The central question before the Constitutional Court is whether there's been a violation of the right to education in Section 29, subsection 1 of the Constitution. The applicant, Mr. Johannes Moko, is a grade 12 student. On 25 November 2020, he arrived at Malusi Secondary School to write the Business Studies Paper 2 matric examination. The first respondent, the acting principal of the school, prevented him from entering the premises because he had failed to attend certain extra lessons. Mr. Moko was told that he needed to fetch his parents in order to discuss the missed extra lessons and to not return to the school without them. He therefore left to find his guardians, but unable to do so, returned to the school alone. By the time he returned, however, the Business Studies Paper 2 examination was already underway. The acting principal refused to allow Mr. Moko to enter the examination room, and Mr. Moko subsequently missed the examination. In the days that followed, Mr. Moko was informed that he would be able to write the supplementary examination in May 2021. Aggrieved by this decision, as he wished to pursue tertiary education at the start of 2021, Mr. Moko brought an urgent application to the High Court for an order that he be given an opportunity to write the missed examination imminently. The High Court, for reasons which cannot be fathomed, struck the matter off the roll for lack of urgency. Mr. Moko then applied for leave to approach the Constitutional Court directly and on an urgent basis for an order that the conduct of the acting principal was inconsistent with the right to basic and further education entrenched in Section 29, subsection 1A and B of the Constitution. He requested that he be afforded the opportunity to write the Business Studies Paper 2 examination before the marking of the other matric scripts and the release of the other matric results. None of the respondents opposed the application. The department filed written submissions to assist this court in its determination of the matter, wherein they offered Mr. Moko an opportunity to write the missed examination in January 2021. The Constitutional Court has determined this application on papers without an oral hearing. The Constitutional Court, in a unanimous judgment penned by myself, with Mogoeng CJ, Jafta J, Madlanga J, Majid J, Matopo AJ, Mhlantla J, Theron J, Chitrik J, and Victor AJ concurring, grants the applicant leave to approach this court directly and on an urgent basis. The court recognizes the importance of education in our society and the role education plays in shaping the future of our nation and its individuals. It notes that a lack of urgent relief could have a significant adverse effect on Mr. Moko's future and that the urgency of the matter is undeniable. It further holds that the circumstances in this matter are of an exceptional nature and Mr. Moko has raised compelling reasons for approaching the Constitutional Court directly. It is therefore in the interest of justice to grant him leave to approach the Constitutional Court directly on an urgent basis. Regarding Mr. Moko's submission that the conduct of the acting principal has violated his right to basic education, the Constitutional Court finds that matric examinations fall within the meaning of basic education protected by Section 21, subsection 1A of the Constitution. As a result, the court holds that the acting principal had a positive obligation to give effect to the right and a negative obligation to not interfere with the right to basic education. The Constitutional Court concludes that the acting principal's conduct that resulted in Mr. Moko missing the business studies paper 2 examination clearly amounts to a violation of the right to basic education. The Constitutional Court also notes that an undue delay in the completion of his school education caused by the acting principal's conduct could similarly adversely affect Mr. Moko's right to further education protected by Section 29, subsection 1B of the Constitution. As a result, the Constitutional Court declares the conduct of the acting principal to be a violation of Mr. Moko's right to education in subsection 21, subsection 1 of the Constitution. It holds that the department and Malusi must follow through with their offer to allow Mr. Moko the opportunity to write the business studies paper 2 examination at the start of January 2021 and must release the result of that examination simultaneously with the general release of the 2020 National Senior Certificate Examination results. Malala Yousafzai once said, "When someone takes away your pens, you realize quite how important education is." I hope that no other pens are taken away from our learners before the various role players in our education system fully realize the critical importance of the right to education, particularly in a young democracy like ours. Conduct by educators like that seen in this case is completely unacceptable. I hope occurrences like these are rare and that most, if not all, of our matric learners felt supported by their school principals and teachers during the examination period. The Constitutional Court makes the following order. 1, leave for direct access on an urgent basis is granted. 2, the conduct of the first respondent, which resulted in the applicant's inability to sit for the business studies paper 2 examination on 25 November 2020, is declared to be a violation of the applicant's right to education in Section 29, subsection 1 of the Constitution. 3, the second to fifth respondents are ordered to grant the applicant the opportunity to write the business studies paper 2 examination by 15 January 2021. 4, the result of the examination written in terms of paragraph 3 of this order is to be released simultaneously with the general release of the 2020 National Senior Certificate Examination results in January or February 2021. 5, the first, second, third, and fourth respondents are to jointly and severally pay the cost of the applicant, including the cost of 2 counsel in both this court and the High Court of South Africa, Limpopo Division, Polokwane. I hand down the judgment.
As the court pleases.
As the court pleases.
Judgment will be emailed to the parties and will be available online on platforms such as Safli. Today's proceedings have concluded. The host will now terminate the meeting.